Hey y'all, this is Courtney with Nurse Court Budgets. Welcome to my July budget closeout video. So I'll be honest, I'm not real excited to do this video because I know that it's going to be terrible. Because I did make a big purchase in the month of July, which is partly why I chose not to do the no spin for July, because I knew that that was not even going to be close. So I have made some purchases in July. One really big purchase, my new freezer that I purchased. I would kind of have been preparing for this for a while. I knew it was going to happen, and so I'm not upset about it because I have been kind of, preparing for that. But it was a big purchase, and it's definitely, you will see that in my budget. So, needless to say, I guess what we'll do is just jump right in. I think this is going to probably be the worst month ever out of all of them, because not only did I have my big purchase of the freezer, but I feel like I just bought a lot of stuff on Amazon this month, in the month of July. So, and I had a Sam's Club order, and that generally is about at least a minimum of $100 or so. So I just had some bigger purchases in July, but Sam's Club doesn't happen real often. But I needed to ship in, I have the Sam's Plus membership, so I get the free shipping, but you have to have over a certain amount spent. But anyway, but I ordered in some protein shakes and a little Alani new energy drinks, and then I also got some protein chips and stuff like that. So it was stuff that I kind of needed for work, basically. All of that really is for work stuff and for lunches and breakfasts and stuff like that. So anyway, but I went ahead and just made that purchase. The Alanis, I purchased like a couple of them, so they'll last me a while, because I found that Sam's Club has the small cans of Alani, and they're like 100 milligrams of caffeine. And that, like, I like energy drinks, but I don't need like a full 200 milligrams of caffeine usually. Usually 100 will do me. And so I'm like, I don't need to get my body worse addicted to more caffeine than what would be in, a big cup of coffee. So, so I'm trying to stick to like 100 milligrams of, which would be something similar to my coffee drinks. Anyway, all that to say, I was trying not to like go overboard on the whole energy drink thing and get addicted to more caffeine, which I don't need to be. But I easily could be, because I feel like I live on the caffeine right now. But anyway, I digress. So I really am I am like almost ashamed to just show you guys my spending, but we're going to be open and honest and real about it, and we're just going to go through it. So I think what I'm going to do, like I used to do, let me just zoom in a little bit. So I used to like go through every week and do like a weekly check-in and show you how much I'd spent and all that stuff, but I don't do that anymore. And then now I just kind of incorporate it into my month-end closeout video. So anyway, so the first week wasn't too bad. So I had gas expense, and then my iCloud, my IRA, and then I did, this was an extra expense. I purchase some more grow bags from Epic Gardening, and I plan to use them next year. I want, hopefully next year, to do the majority of my tomatoes in grow bags, because I want to free up my garden beds for other things. And so my plan is to hopefully be able to do that next year. So so I purchased some more. I actually probably need to purchase about another 10, but I try to do them here a little bit along because they are kind of expensive. So anyway, that was the first week of July. The second week of July looks a little bit worse. So I had lawn care, we had Amazon, there we go. Aldi was a grocery expense, another Amazon expense, and then my car insurance. I had to wash my car because a bird pooped all over it. Trash, electric, that is all, normal expenses. My Sam's membership actually came out in July, so that was something I've been trying to save for in the sinking funds, and I didn't have that all saved up this year, so I just went ahead and took it out of my expenses. And then Amazon again, and then I ordered some seeds and fertilizer from In My Gardener, and then Amazon again, and Amazon again, gas, and then I also went shopping, and I purchased some clothes because I was really needing some new clothes. I have lost just a smidgy bit of weight over the last couple years. Well, actually probably more than just a smidgy bit, but anyway, but I needed some new clothes. I still have a long way to go, but I'm down like 70 pounds, and so it definitely was time. A lot of my clothes were just really, really big, and my shirts were just really big and baggy, and I kind of started looking a little slobby. So I felt like I probably better get some new clothes for work. So that's what so I went to Penny's and I bought like some new pants that would be great for this fall and winter. And then I also went to Cato and purchased some shirts that was on clearance. And then I went to Ollie's, which is like this new, we have one in a town like 30 minutes away from us, but it's a kind of like a bargain discount shopping. I don't know how to describe it, but they just have like a wide variety of stuff in there, and you just have to go in and see what they have frequently. I haven't been in a minute. I need to go back and check them out. But they have they had some jars for canning that I purchased, and then I can't remember what else I purchased. Just I think some dish drying mats, and I don't know, just a bunch of random stuff. Anyway, so I spent $28 at Ollie's. But so I had definitely, this week was not good. Yeah, we don't want to look at that week. This week was not a whole lot better because it had my freezer in there. So I had my lawn care, Amazon again. Then I decided to sign up for Discovery Plus again. I've had that in the past, and then I let it go because I wasn't really watching much on it. And we'll see. I went ahead and bought. I can just pay month by month on that. So I went ahead and did it for a while because I like to watch some of the cooking shows, like the Tournament of Champions. And so that is on there, and I like to watch them, you know, ad-free. So anyway, it's $9.99 a month. We'll see. I figure like I'm coming into fall and winter, and I'll probably watch a little bit more TV. So I'll keep that for at least for a while, and if I discover I'm not really using it very much, I'll let it go. But I wanted to watch some shows that was on there. Then some just water and internet, then Amazon again, and this was a sweeper. I did make a note on that of specifically what it was. I purchased, so yeah, I just had a lot of big spending in, yeah. And when I look back at this, I'm like, oh, July is terrible. But I had some big spending in July, and I purchased a new sweeper because I have a robot vacuum, and I love it, and it goes around the house like 3 times a week, and it kind of keeps the, you know, worst of stuff picked up. But I needed like a cordless little sweeper that I could, you know, go out and run out into my sunroom and vacuum out there and just pick up stuff a little bit better, and reach corners that the little round robot vacuum could not. So I ended up they had one on sale on their Prime days, and so I ended up purchasing a sweeper. So there's that. Then gas, and then Penny's again. So when I went to Penny's and I bought 3 pairs of pants and then 3 shirts, but the pants, they had like a light brown, a dark brown, and then a blue color, but their black pants they didn't have them in store. So I went online and I purchased a couple pair of black ones because black are classic and you can never have too many black pants. So I purchased that. So that was a little bit extra from Penny's. Then Amazon again, I don't know what I purchased there, probably a bunch of junk. And then I did make a little Etsy purchase for the Monster Town expansion pack, and it was on sale, so I did that. And then I also signed up for a YouTube membership for someone that I follow, not in the budgeting community, but outside the budgeting community. I have like videos that I watch on gardening, homesteading, that kind of stuff. And I've been watching this channel for over a year now, and she has goats, and I love all of our the videos that she puts out, and her membership, she will also put out like whenever the baby goats are being born and stuff like that, and it's just like extra stuff. And then you have access to her Discord, and there's a lot of like gardening, like they just give a lot of tips and stuff like that. And so it's been kind of beneficial for me to sign up for it. I don't know if I'll keep doing it forever, but I just signed up for the basic one, $3 a month. I mean, it's not like it's gonna tear me up, but that's what that is. But definitely it's just a lot of like, I'm just getting it for like tips on gardening and, you know, just stuff. So anyway, then I have my Home Depot freezer there, large, yeah, anyway, and then Amazon. So, this week was terrible. Okay. Yes, I don't even want to look. And then the last week of July was kind of more normal. Lawn care, groceries. I did send my nephew some money, so it was a gift. It wasn't like specifically for birthday or anything like that. It was just he was out of money and needing gas for his car, and so I just considered that giving and gave him $20. And then my mortgage payment, my mom and I went to Taco Bell this day because we were going to help pick blackberries in my sister's property, and I got off work late, and so Taco Bell it was, and I picked her and I up some food, and we had Taco Bell before we went to go pick blackberries. And then gas expense, and then Amazon again, and then a couple more gas expenses. I took a little trip over the weekend, just out for the day. We went to a bunch of like some Amish produce stores and like a Mennonite bulk store. I wanted to get some cantaloupes, fresh cantaloupes, like from their gardens and stuff like that, are just fabulous. And I love cantaloupe, and so I wanted to get a couple cantaloupes. And then I also needed to get some stuff at the bulk, like they have bulk spices and flours and stuff like that. And so I needed to buy some stuff. So that's what we did. And then Apple Music, then Amazon, and lawn care. So, that's a lot. That's a lot, guys. Okay, so that's kind of a breakdown. Just, I mean, you guys obviously can see the amounts there. So what I'm going to do is flip back to my budget breakdown. So I went ahead and I at least got this part ready to go. So I put down like how much I had budgeted, my different expenses. So now I'm going to flip back through these weeks and add up for each category how much I spent. And so I will speed you guys up for this process, but I will show you kind of what I do. And then I will be back at the end, and then we will do a little recap on how much I went way over budget, because I already know. I already know. All right, I will be back in a flash. Okay, guys, so that is the damage done. Actually, I'm a little surprised. I honestly thought that it would be worse than that. Um, so I know that it is my biggest month that I have had, as far as how much money in the negative I am. But for the fact that I bought clothes and a freezer, and I'm just looking back, so in the freezer I can pull, from savings. It's on a credit card, both that and the clothes and the freezer are on a credit card, and I will just pull it over from savings to pay that off. So I'm not worried about it. That's kind of when I'm, under budget or over budget like that, it's okay. Like, I have the money for it. I'm not going in debt for anything. I do not have any credit card debt because I pay it off at the end of the month. But the fact that I'm just gonna add up so the freezer itself was 952.04 plus, I'm gonna add the clothes on here. These are not normal purchases at all that I do. I don't buy clothes hardly ever. So that alone, and then I also had the grow bags and some seeds. So of this 1431.02, 1,284.80 was the freezer and the clothes. So that's the bulk of that. So if I didn't have made those purchases, then honestly, I wouldn't have been that far over budget. So I don't feel too bad overall, because I actually kept my grocery budget under this month, which helped. And then, of course, my giving, I didn't do so hot on that. I like to have that be a zero balance, but that kind of helped offset. But my grocery budget, and then my car budget, and then also my house, for some reason I had a little over budgeted on my house, which is okay, I don't mind. But all those little things, because I had over budgeted, helped offset some of that. And so my Amazon spending, and I also purchased a sweeper in there of like $170 some. How much was the sweeper? So I want to say that if I wouldn't have purchased those big things, plus 173.03, that's $14.57. Yeah. So the clothes, which was a big ticket item that I don't normally do, the sweeper from Amazon, which also is an item I don't normally do, and then my freezer. If I wouldn't have had those purchases in July, I would have been just fine. But I knew that the freezer was coming, and then I needed that sweeper, and it was on a good deal. So for Prime Days. Anyway, so that's the breakdown for July. It's not good. It looks terrible, but in reality, when I added up those three big expense items, the clothes and the sweeper and the freezer, that's where basically all of that was, that was from that. The bulk of that was from that. So, anyway, I don't feel too bad knowing that I don't normally purchase those items. But anyway, so now you know why I didn't do a no spend for July, because I knew some of that was coming, and I thought there's just no sense in even doing a no spend because it's just going to be discouraging. But I do plan to jump on board for August, and Dawn had put hers up, and so let me zoom you guys back out. Sorry, I kind of bumped you here because I was zooming you out. I'm not going to add $1 in for that because I had to touch my phone to get you zoomed back out. So that wasn't an accidental bump. That was an intentional bump. So I do plan to join Dawn for August again and see what we can do for August, and see if we can hopefully really not spend a bunch of extra money. So I'm gonna definitely try it. And so I'm trying to decide. I think I may do, because I would like to be able to put this money towards either Monster Town, if I haven't finished it up by the end of August, or maybe the Flower Garden collab, because those are two that are hanging out for a while that I really would like to get finished. So one or the other. So I want to kind of save money for August. So I think what I will do is I'm going to make my spins, and we're gonna, let's see, what colors. This is all bright and colorful this month. Let's see, how about we do our, what colors do we want to use? Let's do this one, and let's do green. Let's do those two colors because that kind of matches some of that. So we're going to say that our no spin days are going to be green, and we'll save $1 for the no spins. And then I'm going to do $3 for the spin days again. I did that in July, and that worked pretty well. So that's going to be the plan. We are going to go for $1 for our no spin days, and then $3 for our spin days. And we're going to see how much money that we're going to save in July, or in August, I mean. So that's going to be the plan. So I have this set and ready. So just wanted to show you guys that. So we're going to see how we do for August. Oh, I'm not sure. We're gonna figure this out. So, but anyway, I am excited to try this again. I really would like to get my budget to like not go over budget, like at least once. I would like to be able to have where I don't go over budget. I think the closest that I was back in February, and it was, yeah, less than $100. And so that was really, I was really watching it tightly on that. So that's going to be my plan, is to try to not go over budget for August. We'll see what happens. August is, I think, a 3-paycheck month. Technically, let me go back and flip back to August here. Yes, so I get paid on the 1st, the 15th, and the 29th. So it is a 3-paycheck month, but usually that doesn't affect a whole lot on how much money that I end up having, like, extra, if that is, because nothing's ever extra, because it just goes towards the next, you know, like the last paycheck of the month, that would technically be like the extra paycheck, is really going to go towards all the expenses that come out at the beginning of the month for me. So, so it really never is like an extra paycheck. The only one that might boost up a little bit would be this middle paycheck, but otherwise the rest of them are pretty bill heavy. So, but anyway, so we're going to see how we do in the month of August, see if we can save a little bit of money, and then determine where we want to end up putting the money saved from our no spend or low spend challenge. So, okay. All right, guys, that concludes my budget closeout video. And then I have everything set up for August, I believe. I need to go and look at my subscriptions and make sure that I have added in, because I have the extra, so I may need to redo my budget for my subscriptions. Let me go flip to August, because I know I need, because I didn't add in the Discovery Plus or the YouTube membership, and I'm not sure what day that those came out, but I'm gonna have to add those in, and that was $9.99 plus $2.99, and then iCloud is also $2.99, and music is $10.99. So let me flip over to my monthly budget. I did add in Discovery Plus. I did not add in the YouTube membership. Okay. So I probably need to kind of update my budget for that. I probably better write this down on here so that I remember. I'm running out of... I'm at least going to write it down on there so that I have and it's $3. So I mean, that's not going to make or break me. But at least that way I can look back at it next time and remember that I need to add that in to my subscriptions. So hopefully I have budgeted enough. It may take me a month or so to catch all these subscriptions. So, but yeah, so there we are, guys. I think we are set and ready for August, and we will see how we do for the month of August. If you want to join us on the no spend, low spend, then go print off Dawn's little calendar for August, and you can join Dawn like I am and see how much we can save for August. So, all right, guys. Well, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you soon in the next one. Bye, friends.